All right, Guru, now that we got that out of the way, let's keep going here with a little bit more NFL talk before we wrap it up with a quick 2-minute drill. We have been doing your NFL previews for the past couple of weeks. We made our way all the way through the AFC and switching over to the NFC. Starting out in the West, Guru, this is where the NFC champs hail from.
Hail to the champs, the LA champs, the city of everything right now, man. The West Side, the NFC West is going to be another tough division. It's going to be another battle, and it's going to be a battle. It's going to be usually it's the Seahawks that dominated.
Has been for the past decade, pretty much.
Pretty much the Seahawks, and then the 49ers had there when they had Jimmy. It was the Seahawks 49ers, and now they have, and obviously the Rams with McVay, they took a little bit over. They already had the Seahawks number, and then with Kyle Shanahan coming to the 49ers. So this is a well-coached. Now obviously we don't know much about Cliff Kingsbury, but this is a well-coached division. You know, you have guys, and you have well-run organization in this division. So it's always going to be competitive. It's going to be very competitive in this division. So the Rams, obviously the Super Bowl the Super Bowl runner-up last year.
I figure they got to be the clear favorite in this division. I mean,
regrouping, but there's a big question mark, like every other team is the whole Todd Gurley situation with the Rams. That's the major things to look at, major concern, because we all knew what happened with Todd Gurley towards the end of the season with that knee situation. So we want to know going forward, is he going to be fine? Is he going to be healthy moving forward? So we just want to see how that goes, and that's going to dictate how the Rams are, because they are based on the offense. On Todd Gurley and the running game. Yeah,
that run pass option that they play down there. Gurley, which Gurley are we going to get is the question coming in here at the beginning of the season. Is he 100% and can he move like Todd Gurley, or is he going to look like the guy that finished out the season for the Rams last year? All right, so what do you think of this team? Is this do they
definitely a high level with Jared Goff, obviously with McVay, and the receiving Cooper Kupp coming back, the receiving core coming back with Woods and Brandon Cooks. So, and obviously Todd Gurley is what he is. They have an outstanding offensive line. So I still look, and the defense is still strong. Aaron Donald is still.
You haven't even mentioned the best player in football yet, because
exactly.
He's a Ram too. The best player in football, Aaron Donald
is still present.
Going to be chasing around the other quarterbacks in the NFC West.
So the Rams are definitely primed. They're definitely primed, and they're regrouped to make another heavy run. But like I said, this division is going to be so heavy, man. One game might separate between coming third and winning the division. So it's going to be a tight battle. Every division game is going to be even more heightened this year than it was last year.
Yeah, I think that's the key in this division, is you've got to beat the division rivals. It's always important to beat your division rivals, but I think in the West especially, there's going to be some tiebreakers that come down. So let's talk about the other teams here. Let's talk about the Seahawks. They made their way into the playoffs last year, and what we know, we talked about before, is kind of the middle of a rebuild. Found their way into the playoffs last year. They've gotten a little bit bigger this off season. So let's talk about the Seahawks, Guru.
Ooh, that's definitely an understatement, man. The Seahawks was the number one rushing team in the NFL last year, and this year,
mostly thanks to their quarterback, but
no, obviously Carson had outstanding. Carson was top 7 in the NFL in rushing last year. So Chris Carson had it. You talking about it? You always mention it season 2-3 years ago. That was a long time ago. Chris Carson had an outstanding season. Dwayne Brown came in a couple years ago to solidify the O-line. But just the addition of DJ Fluker and Mike Lapita, who did the OG they brought in, they probably have the biggest guard tandem. DJ Fluker is 6'5", like 350, 360. Lapita's 6'4", 330, 340. Those guys are really mammoth. Those guys in the interior line, that is a girth of grown men to just man and push, and especially with OC, little Schottenheim, Brian Schottenheim, who loves running the ball. So the Seahawks just got bigger, which means they're going to still do what they do from last year. They're going to try to bully ball you and obviously use Russell Wilson's ability to do what Russell Wilson do in the passing game.
Yeah, hide behind those giant offensive line. You're not going to be able to see Russ back there. And the next thing you know, he's going to pop out the side and then throw it for 40 yards on you if they haven't run it down your throat. I like the Seahawks this year. Now, of course, we are here in the Pacific Northwest, high above beautiful Lake Washington. They play down there at sea level. But from up here, I don't know. I can't help but be excited about the Seahawks season going forward. I don't know if they can challenge the Rams, but I certainly think they can challenge. But the 49ers were bits of also-rans, but now they've got their quarterback back with Jimmy G back taking snaps for San Francisco. What do you think of this team?
Definitely, this team, I love Kyle Shanahan. I think Kyle Shanahan is one of the high-level coach in the NFL. And with Jimmy G, I think Jimmy G is a above-average quarterback. I don't say he's an elite quarterback, but I think he has the aptitude and also the physical attributes to be a very solid quarterback under a Coach Shanahan team, because Coach Shanahan he's known for developing quarterback and putting them in the best situation, and Jimmy G do fit his offensive scheme, and they have players around them. They always surround with quick guys offensively. So Kyle Shanahan, I think with the 49ers, they're definitely a sexy pick. Everybody's looking for them to regroup from last year because of the Jimmy G situation. Because you remember prior to last year, they finished the season when Jimmy G played like 4 or 5-0
after they traded him. They went on a run.
Exactly. And then the following year, that's when he got hurt and whatnot. So this is going to be his first year basically. But the good thing is it's going to be his second year underneath this under the Shanahan offensively system. So he should be above or ahead of pace with that. So I'm really interested in it. Defensively, man, those guys are young. You know, the drafting of the other Bosa kid, Nick Bosa. So the 49ers, they loaded young defensively. So I'm very interested to see how they're going to take that next step in this NFC West.
Speaking of young, that turns our attention, of course, to the Arizona Cardinals, who are another young team in all their leadership positions, except, of course, Larry Fitzgerald, who came back to play.
Oh, gee.
We talked about this a little bit earlier when we checked in on the camp, that the rumors, of course, are that Kyler Murray is the real deal down there. New coach, new quarterback. What do you think of the Cardinals here? Can they put something together, or are they the Cardinals?
Obviously, they got the element of surprise coming here because it's a new coach, new quarterback, new system. So they do have the element of surprise that's working for them. And it's cool because it's a different situation because it's a system that the quarterback knows. So that's he don't have to learn it like the other players. And if your quarterback know the system and he's the one you don't got to teach, you don't got to learn, or has the lowest learning curve, oh man, that's what you want. Because that's what you want on the as when you're introducing a new philosophy. So I think that's a good trend. That trend's forward for the Cardinals as far as that goes. But the rumors, I love training camp because in training camp, that's when your peers really see what you're all about.
Your first chance to they get a look at you on the field running routes, get a sense of what it might be like.
No cameras, no nothing. This is when your peers, because they're going to test you. You know, that's why you see a lot of hazing, you see a lot of things. Now, you're going to be put in training camp. You're put in a situation where everybody's watching you. The eyes are there. You go in the film room. They see what you're about, if you're about that. So that's when I really listen and hear about training camp, because when they say buzz, like I remember last year, there was a lot of buzz about Patrick Mahomes. There was a lot of buzz coming from training, like this kid, oh my God, Mahomes. You know, the players know.
Yeah, it's kind of what it feels like. Kyler Murray is that the players are like, nah, you don't even know. Mm-hmm. Like you trust us. There's something coming. I don't expect them to be the Chiefs by any means, but I'm looking forward to this division too. I think this is one of the most fun divisions in football. So let's break it down. Who wins the division?
Wow, man, this is gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a close one, man. It's gonna be a close one. The Rams should win this division. They have everybody coming back offensively, defensively, obviously with Aaron Donald, and for some reason they have the Seahawks number. But this year, I think the Seahawks will overtake the Rams and win this division. Russell Wilson's going to have a big year. I love the Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. And I love what they do with like I said, with the linemen. So they have Garth for Aaron Donald, and they're just going to pound. And it's going to be I think they're going to be a very successful team. And defensively, I think another year having Bobby Wagner, who is the Aaron Donald of the linebacker over there. So don't forget, the Seahawks do got a Aaron Donald type player themselves who could dominate at his position. And I think everybody else will grow up another year. So I think the Seahawks will take a step in this rebuilding process to solidify themselves. And, they might not take a first-round bye, but I think they'll win the division and host a game here in Seattle, which would be great for us.
Yeah, man, you shocked me there. I got to tell you, I wasn't quite your Bengals pick from like 4 years ago, whatever it was, but you shocked me there with that. So do the Rams make the playoffs, though?
I think the Rams do make the playoffs. I absolutely think the Rams will make the playoffs with Sean McVay. And I won't be surprised if the Rams and the Seahawks probably meet in the wild card game in the playoff.
Right, that first week game where it's a rematch of week 15 or whatever will be there. All right, so let's run down our usuals here. Which of these teams made the best off-season move? What was the best off-season acquisition or move for these teams?
The best off-season moves. This division really didn't have major offseason because the Rams really stayed put as far as the majority of their players. The Seahawks obviously stayed quiet and didn't do any craziness. But the best offseason move, I would say, in this overall situation would be the Arizona Cardinals.
Because of the pickup of Kyler Murray in the draft.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it feels like in that division, the Seahawks did pick up Ziggy Ansah, but he won't play for the first couple of weeks. I guess it's the only big name signing there. But this division feels like the big moves were signing your guys and keeping them. The Seahawks gave out big contracts to Wilson and Wagner, and just hold your guys in place, make sure what you got, and the draft pick. So yeah, I think the biggest move will end up being Kyler Murray. It's got to be the draft pick. All right, so who is the best player in this division?
Oh, in this division right now, I think it is Russell Wilson.
Really? I was going to say it's got to be Aaron Donald, right? Is what we're talking about.
Oh, he's best player. You forgot about my man Aaron Donald, yo. But this season, I think Russell, even though Aaron Donald's going to kill it, but I think Russell's going to have a outstanding MVP caliber season. And just because I got the Seahawks winning the division, I got Russ being the best player in the division because he is the highest paid player in the division. And at the end of the day, he has the Super Bowl in this division as a quarterback and been there twice in this division, and no one's done that.
All right, so finally, final question here is which player, who's our sleeper pick here? Whose name will we know by week 5? We may not know it now, but by week 5, who are we going to be talking about?
This is a good one, man. This is not I don't think it's gonna be a new guy in a sense. I think it's a rebirth guy. I think it's a guy everybody forgot, nobody ever talked about. We talk about Zeke, we talk about Saquon Barkley. I think people forgot about David Johnson from Arizona.
From Arizona.
Exactly. Look at your face.
Yeah. That's a good one, actually, man. Like, I forgot he was still playing.
See, I expect David Johnson he was always one of the best running back when he played. And he obviously the injury got him a couple of seasons ago, last year, obviously. And now with the offense, everything that's going to be going with Kyler Murray, I see him being what he is, a dual threat. I see him catching the ball, and I see him being very, very productive and reminding everybody that, hey, you forgot about me. I am David Johnson, and I was at one point top 3 to 5 best running back in the league. So that was only a year or two ago. So now with all this situation coming, I expect David Johnson to just, reintroduce himself.
I like that. Sleeper pick David Johnson. Putting that on my fantasy list there to move him a little bit higher. Good pick, Guru. I like that. All right, that wraps up our NFC West preview here on Trash Talk Radio. Guru, where are we going next week?
Oh, next week we're taking it to the north, baby. We're taking it to the north, man. And we're going to have our boy from Chi-Town, man, Pat the Designer from Chi-Town next week for Chicago North.
I'm looking forward to that, man. I love talking to that guy. He's got the best rhythm in the game right now. It's so smooth. I love listening to Pat the Designer. Looking forward to that. NFC North next week on Trash Talk Radio on our NFL previews. All right, Guru. Well, with that.